everyone! By the time this video goes live, we will be barely a fortnight into 2019. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's already time for a rant. In the past 48 hours alone, I have dealt with two incredibly patronising people online, and quite frankly, I'm done with it. Why couldn't we just leave patronising people back in 2018? There is no place for them in this new year. Talking down to people or being fake nice in the hope of proving your superiority over them, or just being downright condescending or silencing, that has no place in 2019. It's also one of my most hated traits in another person, which is why if ever I unintentionally say something that comes across patronisingly, I react by being like, oh my god, that was so patronising, I'm so sorry. Never deliberately talk down to another person for two reasons. Firstly, because I definitely am the last person who has a false superiority complex about herself. And secondly, I know how it feels to be condescended to by somebody who does. When someone patronises me, I feel very small. And believe me, I'm only 5 foot tall. I don't need any help in that area. Yes, please talk to me like I don't understand this conversation. I'm just a tiny little girl with a very small brain. And yet twice in the last 48 hours, that is exactly how someone has chosen to talk to me. The first patronising person was a man I encountered on Twitter. I had come across a new indie film called Lovebound. Now, the film claims to be raising awareness of the millions of men all over the world who suffer from loneliness. Now, I've been lonely in my life. I have no quibble with wanting to raise awareness about loneliness. It doesn't matter what your gender is or your age, loneliness is horrible and we should be raising awareness of it. However, the film Lovebound has chosen to try and raise awareness of male loneliness by making a film about a man who is fed up of being lonely, so kidnaps a woman he fancies, brings her and holds her hostage, and she eventually develops some kind of Stockholm syndrome and falls in love with him, thus curing his loneliness. Yay! What the hell? Dude, no, that's genuinely gross. I tweeted and said, wow, this is really gross. And this guy came back to me and was like, don't like it, don't watch it, problem solved, dearie. Except that when you ignore problematic media, it doesn't actually do anything to confront the problem with it. You have to highlight what's wrong with stuff sometimes, so you can say, well, actually, this isn't okay in reality, so when fiction romanticizes it or glorifies it, we probably should have a discussion about it. And I said as much to him. That was when he decided that he would respond with a barrage of tweets, each of them more patronising than the last, saying things like, do you understand me now? And, it's really very simple, dearie. Do you catch my drift now? Now here's the thing, I am happy to debate basically anything with anyone on the basis that everybody involved in said debate is respectful. They don't resort to name calling, they're not holding like really racist or misogynist or homophobic views and trying to justify them because there's no justification for that, or on the basis that they're not going to patronise people because they don't believe that person could possibly be as intelligent as them because they hold a different viewpoint. I will debate basically anything with anyone as long as you don't talk to me like I'm a toddler.
Thank you for taking the time out of your very busy day to talk to somebody so unimportant as me and try to make me understand big complicated things that I just can't get into my head.
And yet that's what this guy continued to do, and viewer, I muted him. And then just when I'd forgotten all about this patronising idiot on Twitter, this morning somebody else decided to be patronising on Facebook. Last night I was talking to some people in a group and somebody mentioned that they'd never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So someone else was like, oh my gosh, you have to watch it. It's an amazing show. It really tears your heartstrings. But this person was somebody who doesn't have English as their first language. And he was like, what does tear your heartstrings mean? So I said... The guy thanked me for clarifying and we all went on our merry way. Until this morning, when for no apparent reason, some guy decided to comment, I'm afraid you're actually mistaken, Emma, because what you've done is describe what pull at your heartstrings means, and quite clearly this person said tear at your heartstrings, and I think you'll find they have completely different meanings. Note that this guy didn't actually deign to share what his super special alternative definition was. He just wanted to tell me how wrong I was. In a highly condescending manner, just to make it even more exciting. Yay. Yeah, don't be that person. Being patronising and thinking you're superior to others because they don't share your opinion on something or you think you're more knowledgeable than them is really sucky, and talking down to people just makes you look like a really horrible person. Especially since so many people choose to be patronising over issues that are actually really, really trivial. Anyway, I've got my first rage headache of 2019 now, so I should probably go lie down in a dark room and get over it. Have you got any experience of this? Does it rile you as much as it riles me? Leave me a comment and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can click on my floaty head up here if you would like to subscribe to this channel, and over here is last week's video. I've still got a croaky throat, so I'm gonna go and ugh. See you next week, everybody. Bye!